Jamar.
What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is Marty for here once again. Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jamar 4 here once again, and before I get started, first of all, you like my new hat? I just bought this today from Target. It's getting cold out here, bitch. Even though we are here in Houston, Texas, this shit is still getting cold out in this bitch. So I gotta start bundling the fuck up. And also, before we get started on this new video, if you guys haven't watched the last video posted on my channel, which was the All I Want to Know Is Why promotional video, I told you in a video before that I was going to start this thing new. The editing process has been going very well. I got everybody's videos, and it's coming very nicely. And if you saw on the promotional video, it will be debuting on December 5th. So if you haven't already checked out the video, make sure you guys go check it out. It's going to be including Bondi Blue, Adrian Expressions, Mr. Still Standing, The Scorpion Show, Kandi from Sweet Addiction, C.C, and other YouTubers that I just can't call off the dome right now, which I think I got everybody, but I'm not sure. Oh, and the Ghetto View. So make sure I just go check that out. It was really a whole lot of fun to make, but I just want to get that out there before we get into this new video. So we're here to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 8 episode. I think this is episode 3. Is it episode 3? I believe it's episode 3. This is a decent episode. I was actually excited to review this shit. Usually I'm kind of like, meh, but I'm ready to do this shit. So the episode starts up with Kenya walking down the street, going to Sheree's house. I forget who she said she was talking to, but she said she was going to go see, Sheree's house and whatnot. Now, as I think I mentioned in a previous video, probably the season premiere, was that me and a friend of mine, another YouTuber, Wade TV Show, had actually went over to Sheree's house also when we went to the blackout. And when I looked at it on this season premiere, I don't know when they filmed this, because let's see, they started, maybe they filmed it around the same time that we went over there, because what I saw over there looked the exact same as when I went and I saw the house. So I'm just like, oh, okay, but Sheree was over there sweeping and shit. I'm just like, well, I don't know how much progress has actually gone. For those of you who live in Atlanta, somebody tell me, has Sheree got any progress done on that shit? It's been like 2-3 months at this point. So I'm just like, is she ever gonna, But anyway, Kenya comes over and she tries to see the house. They go to the front, they go to the back, whatnot. Just trying to get a good view. It does look like it's a very nice house though. It's not too big, but it's not small by any means either. So, they made like a cute little bet saying, if you can move in by, we're gonna try to make a bet to see who can move in by Christmas first. I'm just like, okay, so let's assume this is around September. From the kind of work that it looks like both of y'all need to do, I don't think you're gonna be in that bitch by December. Because it's about to be December now, and that means you only got a month left. So, no. But anyway, once they made a little bet, they started talking about how she wanted to invite Sheree at this bachelorette party for Cynthia because of her whole issue going on with Peter. I'm just like, oh, okay, well, that's cute. You're going to invite Sheree, trying to expound on your newfound friendship. Okay, that's cute. Porsha and Phaedra go to this sex shop because while her little man toy, Duke, is out of town, she wants to get sexy and have her little FaceTime thing going on. So she wants to look the part so that when he calls, he'll see something, he wants to know what he's missing and all that good shit. Just want to remind him not to be fucking around while he's out of state. But she gets some kind of little diamond bra and shit. That shit actually did kind of look kind of cute. But, so they get in the shop, and of course, Phaedra, she done picked her up a little piece or two because eventually, she gonna find her new little man piece. And Porsha was trying to make fun of her, be like, you look refreshed, girl. And she looked like she done, got very in tune with herself. Because women have needs. It's basically saying like, Phaedra been diddling that skittle just because Apollo's been in jail, so somebody needs to do something. Moving on to Kandi and Cynthia, where they pretty much talk about how Kandi has to slow down and the issues that Kandi's, having feeling like, because somebody who's like can I call Kandi a mogul? I can just call her a very successful entrepreneur. So people like that who are so used to doing X, Y, and Z at the same damn time, when you try to tell them, hey, stop working, they're kind of like, I can't, because I feel like something's going to go wrong. So she's trying to, work from home. She'll talk to her stylist, that messy ass gay, who was in all up in her and Phaedra's business last week or the week before. And then Cynthia comes and she's talking about how she's not happy with Peter and the whole issue and how they brought up the whole thing about divorce and whatnot. I'm just like, at the end of the day, it's about just do whatever makes you happy. Because at one end, you can say, oh, marriage is a sacred thing. You want to make sure that it works and you want to do everything that you can to make it work. But at the other hand, you don't want to sit and waste all these years beating a dead horse, because time is something that you just can't get back. So why waste it, But let's talk about Kim and Kandi's little discussion where we learn a thing or two about Kim. Mainly with Kim and Phaedra and Kim and Kandi. When she was with Phaedra, we kind of see like she's not. Well, she said it before, but we kind of elaborate. She's just not into getting her nails done. Phaedra's like, shit, I get my nails done every week. I get my hair done every week. I did this, I did that. I get pampered. I did this, that, the fourth. All those things that are just like maintenance that you use, for relaxing. Kim is just like, every week, shit. She's like, as long as I don't look or smell homeless, I'm fine. I'm like, okay, you know what? I feel like that sometimes, but I also feel like I think the only reason why I wouldn't do like the whole pampering stuff every week is just because the shit gets expensive. But people like Phaedra, they can do that shit every week. Well, according to her last week, it's so expensive to go down to Kentucky to visit her husband. But that's a different topic. But she's like, if I ain't looking homeless, I ain't too much gonna be worried about trying to get my shit done every damn week. And I'm just like, I get it, but sometimes you just gotta treat yourself, make yourself look good. Because if you look good, you feel good. You know what I'm saying? So I think she's glad that she has somebody like Phaedra to kind of introduce her into that world. And then when we get to Kandi, she was talking about how she respects her as an entrepreneur and, the things that she's done. And she just kind of wants to know, like, how do I go about doing something different? How do I go about, doing this, that, and the fourth? And she talks about how Kandi says how she done this, that, the fourth, the underwear and the whole bedroom stuff. And she gets on the topic of, I don't even wear underwear. I'm like, I was thinking what Kandi was thinking. She was like, I thought she wore granny panties or something, but this bitch talking about she don't wear underwear. Oh, okay. And then she was like, well, I'm loud. And when he takes me there, it's like, I'm surprised God can't hear me. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, we learned a lot about you, Miss Fields. We didn't have no idea. Woo. All right now. But she said she wants to get to know the girls and better, and they're gonna do this whole boat thing. So we're just like, child, this is a doozy of a way to get to know these hoes. Cause what happened at the end of this episode, child, we'll get into that. I can't wait to get into that. Portia, oh baby, she's trying to make this thing work with the Duke while he's away or whatever, and they're doing this long distance thing. And she explains that while they're in the same state, it's fine. They have perfect chemistry. There's nothing wrong. There's no issue. But the fact that he's been so away and he's been at these meetings and she's waiting for him to come online, she's texting, she's like, where are you at? We're supposed to have our little Skype date, all this other stuff. And she's just starting to feel like, well, maybe this isn't, what it's cracked up to be. Maybe he's just not the one. But the fact that I introduced him to his family and then, my sister's pregnant is making me feel some sort of a way. It's like, I don't know what to do. And she talked to Phaedra, and Phaedra pretty much is like, I mean, you know, sometimes the thrill is just gone. Like, sometimes you just gotta, sometimes shit just runs its course. And if you feel unhappy, shit, ain't nobody got time to be sitting around feeling unhappy, girl. So, I guess, I don't know if this is going to be the beginning of the end, or if they're going to still try to do this again. I believe they're, at least to date, they're not together. But she done got all pretty and sexy and shit for this man. He ain't even show the fuck up online. But let's see, where are we, child? Oh, wait. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I covered everything else before we get to this boat. So they're preparing to get to these. Sorry, I'm scratching this damn eye. This shit's irritating the hell out of me. They're preparing, getting everybody in groups to get going in this boat, right? And so one of the people that they bring along is Cynthia's friend, Tammy. And Kenya goes over there and is like, hey, who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be coming to, oh, okay. And so while they're in the car, and she takes off her damn shoe. Girl, you look down at them feet. Her dogs were barking, bitch. Her dogs were motherfucking barking. From what I saw in the little quick frame that they showed them, it looked like one toe was bigger than the other toe. It looked like the damn...
11 o'clock.
You know what? Somebody noted it in my Love and Hip Hop finale review that my computer didn't say what time it was and interrupt me. Well, the bitch is back. But anyway, Homegirl looked like a, you know, honestly, in my opinion, Homegirl looked like a straight up stud. And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. And later on she talked about she had a husband. I'm like, really? Really? A husband? I guess. But they try to, she said she doesn't understand what shade is, and she's like 46 years old. I'm like, I mean, it's really not a complicated thing. You know what it is, you just don't know it as shade. Because everybody knows what shade is. We just don't know it to be called shade. That's the difference, bitch. So everybody gets to this boat. We're gonna go ahead and get to the nitty gritty in this bitch. Everybody gets to the boat. You know, there's half-naked bartenders, there's drinks flowing around, everybody's having a good time, this, that, and the fourth, blah, blah, blah. And this is where the shade begins. So everybody, you know, Kenya walks on and she sees Porsha's friend, Shamia, I believe is how you pronounce her name. And Shamia's the bitch from last week who was drinking her shit at her event, calling that shit water. So Kenya's kind of like, what this bitch doing here? Did I invite her? Cause what's she doing here? You know? And you know, Porsha was like, oh well, you know, it was my understanding that it was open-ended, so I didn't see there's any reason. And Shamia just like, I mean, hey, I'm here, bitch. So the whole time, like they sliding down the shit, they having a good time, and somebody tried to hand Shamia a towel, and she was like, you know, because she was drenching in water and wet, and she had said something like, you know, I'm dripping water like the water that was in Kenya's products at the event. And you see a cameo of Kenya looking at this bitch like, did this bitch just try me? I'm gonna get this bitch. That was the look that Kenya was having. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Here we motherfucking go. And Sheree comes, and Tammy explained this whole ordeal about how, you know, she's best friends with Sheree's ex-husband Bob, and how she feels like she was a gold digger and whatnot. I'm not really all that too much familiar about Sheree and her background with this man, but from what I can understand, of course, if you're the best friend of somebody and they get a divorce, and especially if it's a nasty divorce, you're gonna take that person's side. And so when Sheree comes, she's like, oh yeah, this is Tammy. She was like, oh, I know Tammy. Hey, you know, just went over to the next bitch. I'm like, the shade, bitch. But that's exactly how I would expect Sheree to act. But it was still funny regardless. And then, so they getting pedicures and shit. And then Kenya calls Kim Fields 50 years old. I'm like, ooh, you tried it. She was like, I'm 5 months older than you, not 5 years, boo. So they just, Kenya and Kim the same age. Now, I will say that Kim does look a little bit older than Kenya, just by a little bit. But still, I ain't gonna try her and say the bitch 50, you know? That would just be kind of fucked up. Where are we? Oh, they said that, did y'all see that the girl said that she looked like Miley Cyrus? Now, you know what? I was looking at her, and I was wondering who she reminded me of. And when she said Miley Cyrus, I'm like, there it is, bitch. There the fuck it is. She looked like an older version of Miley Cyrus. But, and then her ass, hold up. This is one of the semi-awkward moments of the shit. Why is it that, you know, they was having a little foot rub conversation. Tammy talks about, have y'all heard my son's new song? And when she said her son's name, I'm like, who the fuck is that? And then she sang some part of the song, and Porsha and Kandi were looking at her like, you know, like, what the huh? Hell no, we ain't heard this shit. And then she's like, well, I just want to know if I can get a meeting with you and him in the studio. And Candy's like, I mean, you know, trying not to say no and just be outright rude, but she's trying to be like, bitch, I don't even know you. Let alone, and you ain't even talked about no budget. I ain't about to sit here calling favors for some bitch I don't even know. Shit, you know Kandi all about her damn money. So when everybody else left, she was like, you know what, I'm gonna go get some snacks. She was like, I'm about to leave me here with this crazy ass bitch. Shit, I would do the same thing. I telling y'all, if I was on this damn show, I would be Kandi. Okay? She does the shit that I would be doing. We think alike. And so, Pokim, I was thinking like Pokim, she done tried to bring a damn, she was in full-fledged mommy mode. She really does not know how this whole girls' day out or night out, whatever the case may be, is supposed to work. Because their homegirl brought a damn book to a boat. And then she brought like little Tupperwares of snacks and shit. I'm like, oh, Kim is so cute. She's adorable. But let's get to the knit grit. I think I said that before already, didn't I? So Kenya and Shamia, she's just like, you know what? You were the only person who brought negativity to the group because of the bullshit that you said last week. And she was just like, I mean, if you had your product on display, I'm going to test it out. And I mean, that's true. But at the same time, you were a shady bitch. Don't sit here and act like you wouldn't, you know, casting palm trees at that damn party, bitch. So then Kenya, of course, feels some sort of way. She's like, I'm going to have an escort, have my captain escort you off the boat, but if you want to take the shortcut and jump off the boat, you can. I'm like, oh, Lord. Here you go, Kenya being extra as fuck. And she actually went to the captain. Look, watching Kenya do that, I felt like this was a tattletale. Like, you know how the little kid on the playground, you be like, I'm going to tell on you because you pushed little Billy onto the ground and shit. I'm like, Kenya, girl, just whoop her ass. If you feel some sort of a way about that strong, just whoop her ass shit. Because what you doing, I mean, I guess, you know, of course fighting isn't classy and blah, blah, blah. But just the fashion that she do, I'm going to go tell the captain and he's going to escort you off my boat. This is like, bitch, we in the middle of the ocean. Why would you go through all that? Make everybody else, you know, stop their damn trip just to escort this bitch off. Bitch, girl, just pay it. But this is where the shit, you know, goes left. So Porsha goes to, not Porsha, but Kenya goes to the captain to go, you know, tattletale on this new bitch, Shamia. And earlier on, you know, Kenya said that Cynthia and her are best friends. And Porsha says, well, Cynthia, you know, why don't you go talk to her since y'all best friends and shit? And Cynthia says something like, you know, yeah, I mean, she said that, but we're all best friends. And we're, you know, we have multiple best friends in the group, something like that. And then Portia's like, yeah, whatever, bitch. You know, just in the fashion of just like, girl, whatever, just go ahead and do what you gotta do. And for some reason, Cynthia decided to take that the wrong way. And she was just like, hold up, bitch, don't be salting me out my name. That shit's disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful. I know you're not that dumb, and I know that what you said was disrespectful. And I'm just like, wait a minute, bitch. Where the fuck did all of this come from? And I was looking like Porsha. I'm like, Bitch, you know for a damn fact I did not mean it like that. And that's one thing, that is one of my biggest pet peeves about some people. You, especially words like bitch or just some words that are by, I guess, default used as derogatory terms or mean negative things. But we have taken a lot of words in the English dictionary, used them in ways that aren't negative and that are positive. Like calling somebody a bad bitch in most terms is usually a good thing. So it's all about context, bitch. And if I listened to the way that Porsha said that damn sentence, and there was no negative content. She wasn't really calling you a bitch because she didn't really have no reason to. You know what I'm saying? So it's just why is you deciding to pick now? Again, like Kandi, she's like, why is this bitch? Why, for some reason, we've been calling each other bitches this whole time. So why is it that now, when I call you a bitch, and it wasn't even in any kind of way, do you decide to take it to offense? Get her weave all bundled up and get all hot and bothered and shit. I'm like, Cynthia, if you don't sit the entire fuck down, I don't know what has gotten into you from last season where you think you some type of, about it type bitch. But no. And if you notice, she really only gets this way with Porsha because ain't nobody else but to fuck with Cynthia. Bitch, please. Shit. And then Porsha's just like, you know what? I'm going to try to be the bigger girl and, go over and try to explain and say that, what I said wasn't meant to be in a negative way, even though the shit should be obvious. And then Cynthia wants to sit there and be like, are you apologizing? If you're not apologizing, you're not really saying anything. And I'm just like... And this is everybody calls you dumb, and I know you're not that dumb to not know that this is really disrespectful. I'm just like, okay, bitch, all right. I saw Porsha getting her nerves getting bad. She was like, hold up, bitch. While Cynthia's sitting up here doing all of this shit in her face, you just like, I'm having flashbacks to season 6 reunion where I dragged Kenya across the floor. And I'm gonna compose myself and be a classy bitch. Well, that didn't last long. Because as soon as at the very end of the episode, she was like, bitch. She grabbed her and then the shit went over and then they looking at everybody. Everybody's going to the fight and shit. Oh, Lord. But this is where we allegedly heard that Cynthia kicked Porsha in the damn coochie or the uterus or the stomach. Somewhere in the abdominal area, a heel got kicked into Porsha by Cynthia. So I'm guessing this is where that particular incident went down. And I'm just like, Cynthia, I don't know. I mean, I know you're trying to scrap whatever you can do to get a storyline. You're trying to milk this whole Peter video thing. And now you're trying to make drama where there really was none. And I'm just like, Cynthia, I think this is your last leg, bitch. I think it's time for you to go. Because I'm just like, your drama is draining. That's the best way I can say it. But this review has gone on long enough. I didn't want it to be too long. But make sure, again, that you guys go check out that promotional video. It's really, really good. And I'm about to get back to editing the actual video. So thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood reunion. All right, see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Washington.